Now swinging in, it is a fair ball, and Zyah wins it. Champlin Park back to state for the third straight year.
Hello and welcome to Sports Jam. I'm Jay Wilcox.
And I'm John Jacobson. This week on the show, highlights from some big matches in prep soccer and volleyball, plus swimming, tennis, and more.
And we'll meet an outstanding volleyball player from Armstrong and talk soccer with the Maple Grove girls. We'll get started with the top 5 matchup in Class 6A football. Maple Grove started the season with 2 wins, and they moved up to number 2 in the rankings. They knew they'd get a good test when they traveled to Minnetonka to face the Skippers. First quarter, and Tonka quarterback Aaron Severson calls his own number and runs it in from 4 yards out at 6-0, less than 4 minutes into the game. Second quarter now, and Tonka is deep in Crimson territory again. Severson rolls out and hits William Clough for a 4-yard touchdown pass, and it's 12-0. They had another score to go up, 20-0. The Leafy and the Crimson rally. Curtis Haugen with a beautiful play-action pass to Ben Schroeder. It's 27 yards for a touchdown. That brings Maple Grove within 20-7 at halftime. Early in the third quarter, Crimson running back Evan Hall gets loose down the sideline, and he takes this one 68 yards for a touchdown, and after the extra point, it's a 20-14 game. Then on Maple Grove's next possession, Haugen will throw short to Joe Raymond. He's got blockers in front of him, and Raymond goes 38 yards for the touchdown. And after an Andy Peterson extra point, it's 21-20 Crimson. But Minnetonka scores to go ahead, and in the game's final minute, Hull is stopped short on a 4th and inches play. The Skippers' defense holds as they win an exciting one over the Crimson 28-21. Tonka is now 3-0. Maple Grove is 2-1.
Cooper is rated 8th in Class 5A. The one team the Hawks hadn't been able to beat going back to the days of the old North Suburban Conference was Spring Lake Park. Well, that changed in a big way Friday. The Hawks looking to take down the team that handed them their only 2 losses last season. And how about this for a start? Ante Burns, the Hawks' outstanding linebacker, takes the opening kickoff and takes this one 76 yards for a touchdown. Cooper is on top 7-0 just 10 seconds into the game. Early in the second quarter, quarterback Cameron King, who had a big night, completes a quick pass to Adrian Adams, and it's Adams off to the races. He goes 51 yards for a touchdown, and Cooper leads 19-0. Next possession for Spring Lake Park, and the running back is stripped to the ball, and Nate Hill emerges from the pile. He goes around the end and in for a 30-yard touchdown, and it's 26-0 Cooper. Late in the first half, it's King back to work again, and he fires a strike. Betraying King, and King is in for a 29-yard touchdown. Cooper dominates play on both sides of the ball to lead 38-0 at halftime. Third quarter, it's King throwing his 5th touchdown of the game, this one to Phoenix Sproles from 9 yards out. Cooper wins 44-7, the first win over Spring Lake Park. Champlin Park jumped out to a 2-0 start. The Rebels faced a good opponent on the road in another top 10 matchup. Champlin Park meeting St. Michael Albertville for the first time in school history. An interception sets up the Rebels in good position, and Devin Gray takes advantage, getting in for the touchdown, 6-0 Champlin Park. A special teams misplay by STMA sets up another score. Nice cut by quarterback Joey Folds. He scores. 2-point conversion makes it 14-0 Rebels after 1. In the second quarter, Mitchell Curtis takes the handoff for the Knights. He's got a lot of green in front of him, and he goes 68 yards. A field goal pulls STMA within 14-10 at halftime. Third quarter, Gray gets in for the short touchdown run. Champlin Park's in front 21-10. But it's mostly Knights from there. Curtis gets loose again, making a nice cut. He goes the distance for another 68-yarder. Curtis rushes for 218 yards in the game as St. Michael Albertville rallies past Champlin Park 31-21. The Rebels are now 2-1. The Knights are 3-0.
Old Lake and Classic Lake Conference rivals Armstrong and Hopkins hadn't met on the football field since 2009. They renewed their rivalry on Friday night in Plymouth. After being pinned deep by a punt, Armstrong makes a big play. Tyler Fliss hits Ty Bowman, who spins out of a tackle, and he is off to the races. Bowman gets a downfield block to spring him the rest of the way for a 95-yard touchdown. and the electrifying play makes it 7-0 Falcons. Later in the first, it's another big strike. Fliss looks deep to Nassim Lozier, and he has a step on the defender. This one isn't quite as long, just 76 yards. And the Falcons' lead grows to 14-0. After they add a field goal, Jesse Sherwood takes a handoff and makes a nice cut and then fights his way into the end zone for a touchdown as Armstrong dominates the first half to lead it 24-0. And the Falcons defense plays well. Michael Wozniak gets the tackle for loss, one of 14 tackles for Wozniak in the game as Armstrong improves to 2-1 with a 31-6 win.
Saturday is a big day for cross country with the Roy Griak Invitational, the Malacca Mega Meet, and Apple Valley's Eagle Invitational. To get warmed up for that, several local teams ran at the Rum River Invitational in Anoka. The Armstrong boys placed third behind Mounds View and St. Paul Highland Park. Bedale St. Margaret's was 7th with Osseo 11th, Tutino Grace 14th, Cooper 16th, and Park Center 17th. On the girls' side, St. Michael Albertville races to the win with Highland Park 2nd and White Bear Lake 3rd. Bedale is 6th, Osseo 7th, Armstrong 9th, Park Center 13th, and Grace 14th. And Jay, at the Metro Invitational Saturday down in Eden Prairie, Wayzata's boys finished 2nd and the girls finished 1st. Kind of a tune-up for them for their big weekend ahead. And going back to football, tough losses for a couple of local teams, though, in big games there.
Yeah, Maple Grove and Champlin Park, they lost in really different ways, but you're looking at tough opponents on the road. I think those are the kind of games that make you better in the long run, even if it does end up as a loss.
Still to come here on Sports Jam. We'll have volleyball highlights plus more. Stay with us. Welcome back to Sports Jam. Time to talk soccer.
Maple Grove's boys soccer team is unbeaten so far this fall. They got a good test, though, from last year's conference champion, Park Center. First half, and the best scoring chance of the night clangs off the post from Antonio Maggot on a penalty kick. The rebound try goes high, and the game stays scoreless in the first half. And the goalkeepers make sure it stays that way. Crimson keeper Matt Hennessy makes the save on Gabe Nyanka's free kick. No score at halftime. Late in the match, the Pirates goalie Hassan Kamara going up to make the stop on a free kick. No scoring in either half, and this one ends 0-0.
The Maple Grove girls soccer team is having a great season. They didn't allow a goal in their first 6 wins. They were tested by defending state class AA champion Centennial in their 7th match. First half, great corner kick by Mia Omar, and it's Meredith Hawkinson with the header into the net, and the Crimson are on the board. Later, it's Omar taking the short pass from Emma Fournier. Beats the keeper. Maple Grove controls play in the first half, and they lead this one 2-0 at halftime. The Cougars come back in the second half. Alexis Larson crosses the ball to Mallory Monson. Her shot off of goalie Sarah Cortez and in, and Centennial scores to make it 2-1. Then it's Olivia Lovick getting by the D, and she shoots and scores here, tying the match at 2 with just 10 minutes remaining in the second half. The Crimson win it late. Hawkinson gets free. Her shot in front goes off the defender and in. Her second goal of the match gives Maple Grove a 3-2 win. They did lose to third-ranked Washburn on Saturday. We will hear from the Crimson later in the show. Champlin Park's girls soccer team is playing pretty well so far this season. The Rebels took on Osseo in Northwest Suburban Conference play. Champlin Park's boys signing posters for youth and fans during halftime of the girls match. First half of the girls game, Osseo's Gretchen Nissler with a free kick off the goalie right to Lila Lore, and she scores, tying the match at 1, and that is the score at halftime. But Champlin Park controls the second half of play. Alex Lotz to Alexa Graham, who shoots and scores, and she'll put the Rebels up 2-1 very early in the second half. Faith Doobie with a short pass back to Amber Nichols, off the goalie's hands and in for a goal. Champlin Park is up 3-1. Late in the match, Nichols on a corner kick. She'll get the ball to the far post where Megan Carlson is there to score. Champlin Park wins 5-1. Rebels enter the week on a 4-game winning streak.
Switching now to volleyball, where Champlin Park's been the team to beat the past couple of seasons in the Northwest Suburban Conference. They played host to Armstrong last week, In the first set, Emma Schmidt with the short set to Sammy Hilly for a kill for the Rebels. Then Schmidt sets to Izzy Ashburn, and she nails it. Champlin Park wins the first set 25-17. Set 2, Armstrong's Audrey Schumacher with an ace for an 11-9 Falcons lead. Lauren Clark gets a big block for Armstrong as they win set 2 25-22. Set 3, Schmidt with the back set to Ashburn for a kill for the Rebels. Then on set point, a nice dig by Caitlin Weimer-Skirch, and Hilly finishes it off. Champlin Park is up 2-1. In the fourth, Maddie Zanenko drops an ace serve on the back line here for the Falcons, but Champlin Park takes control. Brianna Buffington gets the block for a 23-17 lead. And on match point, Ashburn sets to Hilly, and she gets the kill to end it. Ashburn sets a new school record for set assists.
In the Metro West Conference, Benilde St. Margaret's may be the favorite this fall as the Red Knights look to win their first conference championship in volleyball in 13 years. Benilde at home to face last year's Metro West champion, Bloomington Jefferson. First set, and Benilde Sarah along, setting it to Maisie Jackson, who gets the kill, tying the score at 14. Jefferson goes in front. Haley Heinitz blocks the attack in the middle, and the Jaguars lead at 20-18. The Red Knights later fight off at Jefferson's set point and rally to win. Jaden Spencer's tip blocked by Jackson. Benilde wins set 1 27-25. Second set pretty close too. Jefferson's Alicia Wendler with a back set, and Megan Surstock, and her point ties the score at 11. Benilde comes back. Kara Volbrecht gets the ace serve here, giving the Red Knights their biggest lead of the night to that point at 22-18. They go on to win 25-21. BSM jumps out to a big lead early in the third set. Volbrecht to Sophie Hathaway for the kill. Benilde gets a sweep of Jefferson. The Red Knights are now 9-1 on the season, 2-0 in the Metro West.
And Maple Grove is having a great season. The Crimson continue to show they're for real, beating host Hopkins in the championship of the Royal Invitational Saturday after Hopkins had taken the first set. Maple Grove is 9-0 entering this week. Armstrong, the team Maple Grove beat in a close semifinal, took third by beating Eastview.
In girls swimming, the Champlin Park Rebels competed at the Bengal Invitational meet Saturday in Blaine. Rebels hosted Blaine 2 days earlier in a conference dual meet. A great finish in the 200 medley relay. Anchors Emma Wilson of Blaine and Champlin Park's Heather Johnson battle to the wire. Wilson touches home first in a time of 1 minute 53.42 seconds. 200 freestyle. Isabel Stadden dominates for the Bengals with a winning time of 157.5. 200 individual medley, Rebels senior Lizzie Zeller takes first, her winning time 2 minutes 16.76 seconds. And in the 53, Johnson takes first for the Rebels, her winning time 25.18 seconds, but it's Blaine winning the meet 100-86.
Also in girls swimming, Armstrong is having a strong season. The Falcons played host to Spring Lake Park. In the 200 freestyle, Armstrong Zoe Bresnahan races to the easy win in a time of 2 minutes, 0.56, nearly 10 seconds ahead of the runner-up. Grace Wolschlager is having a good season for the Falcons. She rolls to the win in the 200 IM in a time of 2:14.67. The Falcons dominate early. In the 50 free, it's Armstrong's Sierra Smith winning, with Spring Lake Park's Morgan Woodford second and Armstrong's Madeline Carlson in third. Samantha Sherbet swims her way to a win in the 100 butterfly for the Falcons. Her time is 1:05.38. Bresnahan swims to another win, taking the 100 freestyle in 57.07 seconds as the Falcons take a 94-79 win over Spring Lake Park. So John Armstrong continuing to perform pretty well, one of the top teams in the conference, it looks like.
And speaking of Armstrong, next up in our Sports Jam Spotlight, Jay profiles a high-flying volleyball star for the Falcons who will play in the Big Ten.
The Armstrong volleyball team is off to a solid start this season after their third-place finish in the Royal Invitational over the weekend. In this week's Sports Jam Spotlight, we profile the Falcons' talented junior, Lauren Clark. Armstrong junior Lauren Clark is the type of player that can produce some awe-inspiring hits. She was very good as a freshman and sophomore and is even better now.
I think my IQ has gotten a lot better, and I just am doing a lot more shots to kind of mix up my hitting and throw off the defense.
You know, she's got such a fast arm swing that you can't teach a talent like that. You know, it translates to like being able to throw a 98-mile-per-hour fastball. So when you add that to how hard she works and how competitive she is, you just get a really electrifying player.
Lauren's physical talents are hard to miss. The arm swing, the great leaping ability. But it takes more than that to make a great player.
I think a little bit of it is natural talent, but I just really have the drive and I always want to work hard and really just have a competitive mindset.
Obviously a really talented player, but she also has a really big heart for the game, which I think is really why she's so good and so fun to play with. It's because she loves the game and she loves to win. So it's fun to compete with her and play with her.
While the little things are important too, it's not hard for Clark to admit. It's a lot of fun to hammer a ball and maybe intimidate the other team just a bit.
Sometimes it's pretty excited, but I try to stay like humble so I don't come off as cocky or anything. I mean, it's fun getting kills though.
Lauren's traveled the country and had a lot of success playing club volleyball, earning All-American honors the past 2 seasons.
I've had some really great success with the teams that I've played with club. I've played with Crossfire for the past 2 years now, and we've made it really far into nationals, which has been a great experience.
And her Crossfire team features high school rivals from teams like Champlin Park and Osseo, which makes those matchups in the fall even more fun.
I think it's definitely more fun than like treating them as like the competitor. Just like it's fun to play against them, and I always like seeing those people since we don't go to the same schools.
In an age of early college commitments, Clark verbally committed to longtime power Penn State last fall as a sophomore.
I really liked how they coached, and I really liked the players that they recruited. They didn't try to sell me their program. They just kind of showed it how it was, and I think that I'll fit in really well there and maybe continue the legacy of their national championships.
Armstrong's made 15 state tournament appearances and won 7 championships in volleyball. But the last trip came in 2003 when the current players were very young kids. The Falcons would like to change that this fall. They know it'll take a team effort with a standout like Lauren Clark leading the way.
It's too much pressure to put on any one volleyball player to say, hey, we need you to carry this team. And so for us, it's nice that we do have balance. You know, so we can spread the ball around, and we know that, you know, coaches are going to serve at Lauren and they're going to try and wear her out, and everybody has to do their part. And it's not just about Lauren, it's a team effort, but we know that we've got a special player.
Lauren celebrated her 16th birthday Monday. The Falcons are at Park Center Tuesday in their only match this week. John talks soccer with the Maple Grove girls and a cast of thousands up next.
Welcome back to Sports Jam. A great start to the season for the Maple Grove girls soccer team. As you saw earlier in the program, they beat Centennial last week, and a big win for the Crimson as they get into the meat of the regular season schedule now. And they join us on the show. Zyah, first of all, congratulations on the great season. How much hard work did you guys put in the summer leading up to getting ready for this year?
You can tell from last year we're all a lot fitter, a lot stronger, and we work together so much better as a team. You can tell with our shutouts in our first 6 games that we're really working together.
How much fun has this been with the win streak?
It's been a lot of fun. We're getting so excited, and our goal is just state this year.
You guys, I'm sure, have talked about that a lot. It's so close last year, so close in other years, you know, going way back. Is that a daily conversation or weekly that you talk about the state tournament?
With the girls, we talk about it probably daily throughout the whole summer too. We always would text about it, like high school season's coming up, like this is the year we're going to state, like this is the year we're going to bring it home for Maple Grove, and that's just what we want to do.
The win over Centennial, how big was that?
It was huge, but it's just another game, and we're going to keep moving forward.
Good luck the rest of the season.
Thank you.
Jasmine Gates, tell me about this team. You seem to all play well together. You have great offensive players in the front. Defense has been good. Goaltending's been pretty solid this year.
Yeah, our team, we've been together for a couple years now, and especially the Centennial game, it was really important, and we knew, and we've been working together for a while, and we had a new goalie this year, and she's really stepped it up and had our backs a lot, and the offense is working really hard, and so is the defense, and I think all together we're just pulling for each other and always working hard for each other.
Does it take a lot once the season starts and practice starts to kind of get a cohesive group together because you're coming from different clubs?
I mean, honestly, not really. We work together for captain's practices, and even before that, we have a week where we come and train together, all the girls do, not just varsity, and we've been playing together for a couple years, and we all play similar club styles, so not really. We usually work really well together right away.
The win over Centennial certainly gives you a chance to win the conference. Is that a big thing for the team? I know state's obviously the ultimate goal, but is winning the conference a goal too?
Yeah, winning the conference is definitely a big goal. I remember my freshman year, we were the #1 seed, and then last year we didn't get to be the #1 seed because of Centennial, and so now it's just like another boost of confidence. It's like, hey, they won state last year, we just beat them, like we can do this. So,
Jasmine, good luck the rest of the season.
thank you.
Coach Ben LeVahn, congratulations first of all the girls for keeping their concentration through all that. Tell me about this team. What makes this group unique?
Well, as you saw, we've got some laser focus out of this group. They're able to withstand all the other stuff. So each team has a personality. This one's pretty loose. They can roll with stuff. We had a great first half. Second half, Centennial made some great adjustments, and we stuck with it.
How much do you work with them in the summer to get ready for the regular season?
The kids we got here are on some pretty high level teams, so they've got some pretty intense summers. So we get together for about a week. The girls try and get together, but that's one of our challenges now is just getting them as comfortable together as quickly as possible. And we had a league game that counted, after 3 practices. So it's a work in progress, but we're excited about where we are right now.
What's going to take the rest of the season to kind of keep this momentum going?
It's balancing out that the intensity of a team that's got some high expectations with school and 6 days a week, keeping kids healthy. So that's where we're looking right now.
Good luck the rest of the way.
Hey, thanks a lot. Appreciate it.
Maple Grove girls soccer team, a great start for them to begin the year. And we will be back and wrap up our Sports Jam show after this. First, here's a look at our plays of the week.
Lifted high toward the net. Yes, it's a goal.
Knocked down and in by Hawkinson.
I don't know if there's a Penguin hot dog theme here tonight.
List throwing, and it is complete. And that'll be a first down and more. Breaking away there is Bowman, and he has a chance to go. 95 yards for the touchdown.
What makes your community feel like home? Is it knowing what's happening in your neighborhood? Or when people know your name? Connections make us a community. For more than 30 years, Northwest Community Television has connected citizens, neighbors, even sports fans through video. As life gets busier than ever, we will still offer you a connected community experience through CCX Media, so you can stay connected to the place you call home.
Mark Saturday, October 7th on your calendar for the Autumn Woods Classic at the Elm Creek Park Reserve. Find out more at ccxmedia.org under Cities and in the Community.
Our game of the week is a good football matchup as Osseo makes the short trip to Champlin Park to battle the Rebels in a matchup of 2-1 teams. Watch it live on CCX channels 12 and 799 and online at ccxmedia.org, or catch the replays Saturday at 7 p.m. or Sunday at 1 p.m. And that will do it for this week's Sports Jam.
Thanks for watching. We'll see you next week.